Okay, so the topic I've chosen to talk about is martial arts. I'm a martial artist, I really like martial arts, so that's why I kind of chose the topic, so I can persuade you about one specific martial art. Um, my specific martial art is called Shaolin Kempo or Kung Fu or Karate. Um, I take lessons of that over Taekwondo lessons, and I'm going to talk about how those two martial arts differ. These two martial arts are both effective and provide the student with skill. Both have weaknesses and both have strengths. But in my particular martial art, Shaolin Kempo, I can tell you there are wonderful things this martial art will provide you with over Taekwondo. Now, I'm not saying that Taekwondo is a bad martial art or that it sucks, because it's not. It's a very good martial art, it's just not completely effective. I'm going to tell you how Shaolin Kempo is better and more effective than Taekwondo. I've been taking martial art lessons for about 2 years in Shaolin Kempo, and I can tell you it's one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life. I get to work out there almost every day, it's always open, and I get the wonderful task of teaching other younger kids, like 4-year-olds. One of my friends that attends church with me, he takes Taekwondo lessons, and for a long time has been trying to convince me to take Taekwondo lessons, and I'll just go like, no, I can't do that, I'm not going to do that. But then, as I kept denying him, he kept getting more desperate, so finally I gave in, and I went and I took some lessons there. I think it was 2 lessons I took there, and I really didn't like it. Everything was obviously different, but it wasn't really fun, I should say, and the only thing they do is kicks, and I learned some kicks. Well, I didn't learn them because I already knew them, but they taught me some kicks that I already known, and they're pretty simple. In martial arts, you should always bow before you enter a dojo, and also bow to your opponent before sparring. In this case, both martial arts do that in sparring, and it's just pretty much protective fighting. That's what sparring means. I mean, you have a black belt watching you guys while you go at it. In Taekwondo, they don't wear pads, which is kind of ridiculous. If you're just starting out, you're like a white belt, and you're gonna face somebody that's a green belt or a brown belt, you're gonna probably get hurt, and you might hurt them because you have no experience whatsoever. But in my martial art, in Shaolin Kempo, we get to dress up in like full body gear. We wear headgear, mouth guard, big chest pad, we got boxing gloves, shin guards, you have to wear a cup obviously, and feet pads. And even if we're wearing all that, we still don't get to whack each other around too hard, because that's not very nice. You don't want to do that to somebody ever. But even if it's controlled sparring, you still don't want to just whack them around, and we have black belts that help us with that. The only thing that I learned when I went to take a class is a few easy kicks. Like I said, Taekwondo is 90% kicking. That means the other 10% is like maybe some punches and blocking patterns. To me, that's a big disadvantage, and in the real world, you'll need to know how to fight from all sorts of directions. And if you try to kick someone and they catch your foot in a real fight and you take Taekwondo, then you're kind of screwed there, because you're not used to using your fists, you're just used to using your legs. And if it gets taken to the ground, you don't have a ground game either, so you're kind of in trouble both ways. In Shaolin Kempo, we learn all sorts of fighting. We learn Jiu-Jitsu, which is ground fighting. We learn karate, kung fu. I think we have a little bit of Taekwondo, but that's besides the point. We learn punches and kicks, and there's trapping, locking, and takedowns, and that is pretty much everything you need to learn about a fight. I mean, that's all directions that you need to know in a fight. Again, I'm not saying that Taekwondo is bad. Lots of people take Taekwondo, and that's fine, but if you're going to take a martial art, I definitely recommend Shaolin Kempo, American Schools of Shaolin Kempo to be exact. It's very effective. It has a lot more qualities that you'll learn after it. And if you want to just come and try it out, we have a ton of schools. You can come and try it out. You get one lesson for free, and that to me that's great. So if you don't like it, you can leave, but if you like it, and there you go. And that is my speech.